Whew, running late. A couple days of not streaming, and I feel like I just forgot everything. No, I was working with somebody. It made me run a little late. And my coffee's warm. Dang it. Good morning, regardless. I am working on my own deck of playing cards, and today we're moving on. We're moving on to Jack of Spades. I have been kind of stumped about the Queen of Spades, but what I had established about the suit is that they're going to be very martial and very aggressive. Where are my other spades? Where are my other spades? There's the Queen of Spades. So when I say they're very martial, they're pretty stripped down. Good morning, JM. I hope you're doing awesome this morning. And I hope that your coffee is hotter than mine. Because mine is not hot.
That burner got turned off like 20 minutes ago. I don't know why.
Oh, woof. That is terrible. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna... Good. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Okay, so I'm modeling. I have modeled the revolver that our main character is going to be using in Blender, so I can draw it from many different angles. And this is not what I'm doing today, but I'm going to pull it up and kind of show one of my recent files. So yeah, it's I'm actually going to start painting on it because there's going to be all kinds of runes down the barrel. So essentially, I don't want to have to just guess every time that this gunslinger pulls out his weapon to see, you know, what pose it's in or whatever. So I think I called it something like gun. Here we go. Just ignore the amazing. Let's go back to layout. Okay, so in so this is our basic shape for the thing, modeled after a Navy revolver. Bigger room for his hand. That's an oversized grip, oversized trigger guard. You know, octagonal bore. A little bit different mechanism, of course. Not that it matters at this point, but it's a 5-shooter. You know, that we talked about making it a 5-shooter. So yeah, the only thing I didn't do was the face on the hammer. I didn't have much time to sort that out. But yeah, so it's a left-handed gun. Hold it here. That's where you can load individual rounds through the side. Yeah, it was a few days. Oh yeah, here's the big push out on the side to allow a larger hand thumb to lay along it. So it'll be easy. You know, if it's like pointing down, I'll be able to you know, look at it from a downward perspective and really just draw that a little bit more accurately than I would guess. You know, I do this with spaceships. I'll create I was creating a comic and I had 2 spaceships that were a giant pain and to draw every time. So I thought, wait, what if I modeled this thing? And you know, this is the kind of thing. I'm better at hard surface modeling nowadays than I had been before. But yeah, so that'll be a little bit more useful. Let's just say a little bit more useful than me trying to create it out of my brain. I have this glove thing that I wear when I draw, and I have misplaced it. Super important. Here we go. I'd lose my head if it weren't attached. Okay, so the spades, the entire suit is very martial, very kind of rugged and, you know, super good at their job, right? So I'm, you know, trying to make this, you know, I don't want it to be flashy. It's not like the diamonds, the Jack of Diamonds. We can't be that flashy. It's not for everyone. These guys are more like, you know, this entire suit would be like more like get the job done. And I want him to be kind of pulling a sword from off of his back. I know it's not entirely realistic to do that while riding a horse, but this is my deck of cards and not yours. So I will make it do what I wish. I am master of my domain. But remember how I said, you know, every night, every jack, because a jack is nothing but a knight, every jack's going to have their own mount. So, Mr. Bob's rum, don't I wish. I'm doing pretty dang good. How are you, Marlton? This fine morning. I've missed a couple days of streaming because one thing or another, life gets in the way. And I just kind of feel like, oh, these are all my old friends that I haven't seen in eons. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. I hope your streaming is going well today. This hilt is in the wrong place, so allow me to move it. Although I like the way that negative space goes. Shoot. Fabled life that does things? Yeah. You're so right. Does your life do things? Really want to move this. This is the really weird part of drawing in front of people. Like, you know, hey, watch me make mistakes. Watch me do dumb things. Watch me do things that I would criticize other people for doing. So, and you know, I'm not artistically a hypocrite. No, this is not entirely true. Okay, so if his body, I'm working on the anatomy. Basically, I had it so where his wrist was like non-existent. It basically went straight from forearm into wrist, and that's pretty dumb. So his neck now is incredibly enormous, and we don't want that. And his head needs to tilt more. I started this off stream because I had an idea and it was a terrible idea, and so I got that done off stream. When your head is just behind a hat. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, let me knock this way down and try a little bit different approach. Maybe not such a huge brush. Okay. Be a little bit more careful with what I'm drawing, because I've been just really loose. But now it's time to be a little bit more serious about this. So, kind of want to make him look like he's charging. But a head from underneath, the way to draw a head from underneath is super hard. So yeah, getting that. Okay, I want him to be like grr. Okay, so neck comes out. Neck adheres to shoulder. Shoulder goes this way. Yeah. Okay, so his chest will be facing us more than I had originally drawn. Okay. So then shoulder comes up. What do you know? When you raise your arm, the shoulder comes up. So you get this like pit right here. Not here, I mean here. Where your collarbone flexes upward. And then we can describe what's going on with the rest of the arm. And when you point your elbow, this is a very pointy thing. I don't know if you ever noticed that before. No, but it is, it's a landmark. So you can draw a line right from here all the way through the end, right from inside where it connects, all the way through the end, and that's where you can, like, the line stops there. It's not like typically when you draw muscle over a bone and you're like, it gets, you know, padded out and you never really see where the bone is again. Not so with an elbow. Hate how you can make a better head with just a few lines, and I could spending a whole day on something. Don't hate it. I say this every now and then, but it's awesome how quickly you can rough. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. It means good things. Marlton is an artist too, so at least I think you're an artist. You've said that in the past. You've had some pretty dang good intuitions about things, or you've corrected some of my stuff. No, this is. I keep drawing this hilt in the wrong place. Okay, if I draw a fist right through his, yeah. Okay, now I feel like that's a little better. I dabble, but I'm waiting to buy a tablet to truly get into it. Yeah. I'd have sent you my tablet if my other one would have worked. I just sent it, but the one I tried to replace it with is terrible. Geek is here. Good morning, Geek. How you doing? You crazy Jesus-looking dude. He's like creative Jesus. Yeah, I mean, if I could get hair like that, I would try and grow it, but I just don't even bother. I'm definitely not bald, but I can't develop the when I had long hair, it turned into dreads, kind of on purpose because I didn't want to maintain it. So yeah, and I was building houses at the time, so it didn't matter what I looked at. Fellow bearded sir, now a beard, I feel like I can accomplish. I don't mind, saying I'm pretty good at that. Okay, so that's the upper body of him finally getting a little bit more correcto. Now, what I want, oh, I can't see this, oh yeah, I have seen that. I was trying to look at your emote, I couldn't see it at first. There he is. It's like my twin. No, I already have a twin. I do. Let's see. I was going to have him, this guy, grabbing the mane of this horse. And that's how he's, I'm not going to put tack and gear on this horse. Because remember, the spades in this, in my little universe here, are very utilitarian and almost stripped down to the point of ridiculousness. Think Sparta without the nakedness. I thought every once in a while Nightbot talks and I see the thing shift and I think somebody's talking to me and I look up and I'm like, Mr. Bot, never mind. Wish I could turn that off. I mean, I could turn it off, but I just wish I could turn off what I see. So yeah, I'm gonna draw some horse's mane flipping out, doing its horse's mane thing. And blessings to you. My social contract has been fulfilled. Let's do. Let's see. Now, what I was gonna do was some armor and whatnot. But I don't know. See, at first I was going to put him in some pretty heavy armor because, when I think of a jack, it's a knight. But with how utilitarian the other, like the Queen of Spades, she doesn't have a ton of armor. What I need to do is try and figure out how to put a spade on him. And I don't know that I want to do it, but we could do some kind of crown. Not a crown, but a helmet that enforces that. I just don't want to do a helmet on it. I don't know why. I don't want to do a helmet on him. If you're using the restream chat, I believe there was a setting to hide bots' messages. Oh. But I don't know what restream is. All I'm using is the multi-stream from the actual, Twitch service. Or no, not the service, the Streamlabs OBS. His ear is way whacked out. Either that or I don't have his eyes coming over far enough. His ear is whacked out. That's what I've decided. There we go. It's a little bit more. Streamlabs has that feature now. Yeah, for 3 different services. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I was freaking out. I saw it at the end of last week. So, you know, now I can actually stream to friends I've made and other platforms. Restream was the original way to stream the multi. Yeah, Restream. I've heard of that. But I just wasn't using it because I didn't know how. And I was pretty much in a scramble to try and figure out how to just stream to begin with. God, I really hate his neck. Okay, I don't know what that was. Something bonked over there. Okay, let's see. When I draw sometimes a face in perspective, I get really way off by the time I realize it. I've got a whole neck built and everything. So I'm going to do the thing where I just do this. I know. Okay. Try this again, but a little bit more carefully. If I have the neck come out, the Loomis method would say to draw a circle first, and then cut the side off of it. Stop me if you've heard this one before. And then the chin kind of goes up in this direction. This is where I kind of break from the Loomis method because drawing everything that he describes is just a giant pain. And I'm not trying to be like so precise. This is still, you know, me having some license and fun. That's a little bit better. This is where it gets weird though, right here in the mouth. And then of course I get the scale wrong. Every time. Draw a figure. Oh my god. Amazing picture of my cat. Drawing the head, drawing the rest of the body. Step 3, resize the head. Almost always. I was doing real good lately not doing that. Okay. So, decision time. To armor or to not armor? Oops. And what kind of armor? I want him to be kind of just really freaking chiseled out of stone, but I'm like really doofing up all the perspective on his head. Not chiseled out of stone quite literally, but you know. Let's go with this for now. Shore up some of these lines before I further this sketch. A horse's mane does some cool stuff when it's like rearing up. I have some pictures, and yeah, it definitely has a life of its own. I mean, hair does a thing, but a horse's hair is in a strip and then it curls, and it's pretty cool. Let's do... Could make him like have one of those types of things himself, where his hair's doing a thing, moving like the horse in some kind of cool symmetry. I could do the whole Gambison thing, which is that quilted armor. It kind of doesn't get in your way. I could do that. I say we do that. Horses have some weird lines in their face, by the way. Okay, let's merge all of these. I have a lot of extra crap lines that I just need to not be dealing with right now. Let's watch this thing spin real quick, because remember there's two sides to the card. Flip it 180. Ugh, this is going to be really hard to reconcile when the time comes. Back out. Like really hard to reconcile. And also, do we armor the horse? Because when we did the Jack of Diamonds, his horse, pretty heavily armored. I mean, if he's holding on to his mane to ride, he's probably not got a armored horse. That is, conjecture, but whatever. Let's move to this, what is called a lighter pencil. In no way is it actually lighter. That's what cracks me up. I'm going to draw some really angular lines because I feel like I'm losing structure. And I can get it back. Even though I'll probably cover his head, I want to draw his head accurately. Sometimes it helps to think of, what lies underneath. What's a skull look like under there? There we go. That's a little bit more, appropriate. There's like this weird thick cord of your neck has right here that runs down into the clavicle area. And when you turn your head, it becomes more pronounced, but then your throat tends to mess with it. Your Adam's apple area. So it gets a little bit weird. On a very defined person, it gets pretty weird. On a fat guy like me, it's like whatever. Let's do him ear. Ow. Alright, so the thing is when you draw this sword over the back of your head, you're gonna see a decent amount of bicep. God, I drew his arm way too chunky. And that, armpit area, of course. I don't know what I was thinking. That whole arm is just really just devastatingly huge. Super annoying. The back of your arm becomes super smooth. Yeah. Let's make the hilt sticking out this way. Maybe. No, not even. No. What does it look like to draw a sword from your back? S-word. Sword is S-word. You can draw your sword from your back. Just realized that I don't actually know if you can. And like one of the first results is, yeah, it can be done. Yeah, good job. Sweet. I would hate for it to be impossible, and I went ahead and drew it. Because like everybody shows people doing it. Yeah, the Witchers. Yeah. Dude, I was thinking about making a multiple swords on the back. But yeah.
One of silver and one of iron.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do 2 swords, I think. Let's do a chunkier hilt, though. Chunk is real. He has options. He has options. Oh yeah, we can make the ends of them like more like spades. Yes. Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay. Found some pretty good reference. Of course, I'm looking up at it, so it's a little bit different, but whatever. Whatever indeed. So when we go to do the armor and such on him, it's going to be interesting because I'm going to have part of it, open like I did with the queen. Let's solidify the horse a little bit. Kind of feel bad not putting armor on the horse. And also the shape of this nostril, man, when I used to work with horses, there's like a relaxed nostril, and then there's this, where it's thinner and moved down. It's kind of like what we go, and we bear down, and you can make your nostril flatter. They've got the same kind of meta communication in their face, where, they're conveying danger. Well, maybe mainly danger to you. Okay. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm pleased. Unfortunately, it's really messy lines, so I'm going to tear this part out. Paste it right back in the same place and just turn it around. Get rid of all the old lines because they can just get confusing. There's an understatement. Couple swords. Ooh, stomach's growling. Stomach's growling, and it's not even noon. Okay. We should consider what we're going to do about the armor scenario here. By changing the color, drafting out some lines. Okay, let me look up Gambison real quick because it's that cloth armor that I like. I'm definitely not going to do The Witcher. Oh gosh, stop. There are as many pictures of Witcher now that I realize. Now that I see, rather. Gambison. I like some of these Gambison patterns. They're, like quilted fabric. Some of them are awesome. All right. We're going to go with something like this. Higher neck, which I know is different than what I did with the queen. Calm down. I'll do something similarly awesome with this boy. All right. I'm going to make it split right here. And, I don't know if you've ever seen that where armor is separated. Cloth armor, that is. Because like a big thick bit of cloth is very cumbersome feeling when you're wearing it. So, to get the flexibility, they make it so that the seam here is actually open and it's held together with leather thongs through here. And that way, you can keep the mobility and then the general cover of this armor. Yeah. There. And, what? Hosting? Thank you. Thank you, Geek. Bless you. You're doing God's work. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a vote of confidence. He's like, you know what? If somebody shows up to my page, my site, my whatever channel, I'm not embarrassed if they see this guy's work. Oh, the little things. Thank you. Thank you. Let's sort out this hand a little bit because I made it like a baby hand. I made it like a cute baby hand. Let's not do that. Let's not make a cute baby hand. Stop it. Okay. I don't support riding a horse like this. I think it's cruel. I actually don't know if it's cruel. I mean, maybe somebody who's an actual horse person would know, but... Okay, so when you draw a hair, focus on the big shapes, and you can sort out the details later. Sometimes when I say these things, I'm kind of actually talking to myself, reminding myself of like some of these principles. And it's not like I'm hallucinating. When I used to play basketball, there was a routine I would. In basketball, there's something called a free throw where you get to go up to the line and you get to shoot uninterrupted shots because of a foul or whatever. And I would always be called on. I seriously, I swear, my free throw percentage was like 85% or something ridiculously high. But I had a routine. I would talk myself through it. Bounce the ball twice, make sure my toes are on the line, square up, shoulder out. I mean, all these little like things. It's kind of like playing golf. You ever seen somebody like, all the complexity that goes into golf, which is, by the way, more complexity than going into basketball. But yeah, it paid off. There's one time, we got fouled at the end of the game, and we were 1 point down. 1 point, losing by 1 point. And we got fouled immediately. And the ref said, well, I guess you shoot, now it's time to shoot. And they chose to put me on the line. And if I'd have missed, I would not have gotten a second shot. This is how it worked. If I'd have missed, game over, we lost. If I'd have made one, okay, yay, you now get to go into overtime because you're tied. And if you make two, game over, you win. Well, I made two. It was an amazing feeling. Though, let's see, how many line work passes do you normally do before you're happy? I know, it's a lot. In this case, since I'm very kind of unsure about what it looks like. This will probably be my last line work pass. So this would be 4. And that's if I can, reconcile what the heck we're going to do with the hair on this guy. Am I going to give him hair? Probably. How you doing, Woodsy? It is a good question, by the way. I mean, it looks like I'm super indecisive because I'm super indecisive right now. Sometimes if I'm drawing something that is, like a tree or something, 1 is plenty. The faces require more work for me, for sure. You do at least 3. Wish I could bring it down. Yeah, no. So I take it you're either an artist or no. I can't think of what else you'd be. Do you do comics or what kind of art do you do? Because, no shame, it just takes more time, right? And if you're doing it and getting paid, you kind of want to cut that time down, so I get that. When you draw in the Loomis method, there's actually a giant circle that the dude drew on the forehead. It was really weird. Sometimes I remember to try and put it on there to see what it looks like. I'm not entirely sure it's successful every time. But yeah, cutting down the amount of iterations saves money, saves time, makes money. In this case, it doesn't truly matter, except for the fact that you get to watch me redraw a thing too many times. So yeah, the notion of a line work pass, like you're saying, is traditionally very comics oriented. Because if you're talking to like a fine artist who's doing like paintings and whatnot, I don't know if they consider that kind of thing. I don't know if they do. Like, I don't remember that. I remember just drawing and never giving any thought to whether or not it was line. It was just, at that point I was creating a bit of art. Hey, thanks, Geek. How many have you finished so far? Good question. I have the list right here. And finished is relative. Some of these need some cleanup. Jack of Spades, Queen of Spades, done it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be the 8th one. So if there are 4 suits and I have 8 of them done, yeah. 4 times 3 is 12, and I have 8 of them. That's not including like the card art on the back and whatnot. So still relatively new. Day job is graphic design. Free time I do illustration. I'm attempting to learn comic art now, but inking, yeah. I have paid the bills for years when I don't have illustration jobs with graphic design and web design. So now I'm to the place where it's not, most of my stuff is some kind of illustration anymore, which is really bueno. I'm going to bring his collar way up here. I'm going to kink all of these. But yeah, graphic design, dude. Worked in an agency for a while, and that was pretty great. Learning the ropes. I learned more doing that than in school. School was kind of sort of worthless. I learned way more, and no one's ever asked me, hey, what kind of degree do you have? I wish they would, because then I'd be like, graphic, I have a bachelor's. Oh my god, somebody asked, Nobody asked. The regret. Never regretted one tattoo, but I regretted paying that much for school. There we go. That's a little bit more. Yeah. You're a dropout? Good. You're a dropout. That's good. No, that sounds terrible. If you're finishing your like my daughter is in school to teach art, and I think that's pretty great. I love it. I love the fact that she's getting that schooling, and it's, it's borderline necessary. I hate to say it that way. If you're a nurse or a doctor, you better get your butt in school. I still think you can learn how to be a teacher without it, but it gives people confidence that they've been trained proper. 2 years that you went, oh man, I wish it was only 2 years, but yeah, that money, that time, you'll never get it back. I didn't even meet anybody who was useful, because the last part of it I did online. When I was just in art school to be in art school rather than graphic design, I met all kinds of people, and though we're a community, we're not really that helpful to one another. School is worthless. Yeah, you think so too. Tertiary education was done, and animation college. Wow. You didn't even end up using that? No. But the whole college had to do with animation, huh? I know there's specialized colleges out there. That one seems very specialized. Okay, tough to draw with your whole arm when you're not zoomed in. Someone is zoomed in. If you're drawing early on like this, try drawing with your whole arm. You'll get some better line. Some better structure. Here we go. Okay, so facial hair or no facial hair? To facial hair or to not facial hair? What if I make a new layer? Try a darker thing. I was gonna do this. The Spades a little bit more of an Asian feel, and this one's facial features are definitely not that Asian, and it's bugging the living crap out of me. I hope you don't mind that I am watching you learn. Oh, I think we're all learning all the time. Yeah. If I need your 20 passes, just checking out the process. I'm glad you're here. It's great to have company while I'm doing this. So you're doing me a favor by chatting with me, and if you learn something with me, then cool, because I'm figuring stuff out all the time. I think this is pretty solid. Those are not enough spades, because I wanted this suit to be on here somewhere, and having them be on the sword hilt is not quite enough. And at first I was going to have like a torque around his neck, but then I've chosen this look of Gambus, and so now I've got to revisit. While I think about it, I'm going to try and fix this hair a little bit. Hey, I thank you. I appreciate that. It helps. You get to wondering, you know what I mean? You get to wondering after a while, is this going to work? Is this... But yeah, so like when I did the Queen of Diamonds, she's a queen though. She has a crown. And she ought to... but this dude, he's a Jack is a knight, is rank and file, is a warrior. So he's not going to have a crown. I could do like a big one right here, because I did them very angular before, and give the hint that there's a cloak flying behind him. That's probably what I'll do. When in doubt, yeah, I don't know. This is really no rule about cloaks. I don't know why I was about to say that. I love the way the queens are interlocked in the arms. Yes, there's going to be some kind of, and what I've gone to doing. Let me catch you up to speed, because I like this. I want the top and the bottom to be different. So if you look at the lighting on my Queen of Spades, she's being lit from above. But her lower portion of the card is being lit from the same direction. It just happens to be that she's upside down. So you'll notice the lighting changes 100%. So things like, okay, my King of Diamonds, he's the Suicide King, right? So he's got his sword stuck through. No, this is Suicide. This is not the King. This is the King of Diamonds. He's different than the King of Hearts. So he's not the Suicide King. The upper half of him is, kind of, he's stabbed in the chest and cradling that blade. And in the other, he's cradling it differently. And he's going to be lit by the fires in his shoulder. But as far as like interlocking, the Queen of Hearts, she is interacting with herself delicately, but they're slightly different. So that's what I want to do with the Queen of Spades. I want her to look different on the top than on the bottom, not just the lighting. My King of Hearts, this is the Suicide King. I really can't wait to finish this guy. I need to get my button gear, but I'm going to have his arm kind of leaning like this over the other one that's just straight. And the rats, of course, will be in different positions. The most confusing one is my King of Clubs, which I probably need to sort out, but I found on the actual card this kind of thing that looks like the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. It's a sphere that's bound in some kind of metal, and I put the pin, I made it a club, out of the top of it, so he's reaching for it with one hand, and he's just holding it in the other, so there is a difference top to bottom. They're all going to be interacting in some way. Just haven't figured it out with this guy yet, what I'm going to do. Because like the Jack, the other knight, Jack of Diamonds, is he's kind of a crowd favorite at this point. Where's my Jack of Diamonds? There he is. He's very broken down in the bottom, and he's dead, and there's a whole story. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. This is going to be a pretty fun undertaking, and when I finally get to print it, I'll be very stoked. Make myself a deck of cards. And if anybody else wants them, it'll be on I don't know if it will be a Kickstarter. People keep trying to talk me into it. Haven't quite decided that yet. But if I do, it'll be high quality cards. Oh, boy, he looks worried. What the heck did I do with his eyebrows there? There we go. Man. Alright, time to merge all these layers. What kind of software do you use, Woodsy? What's up, JM? I feel like this should be more curved. Yeah, I'll stop messing with it. Need to move on to the next phase, which is final pencils. Woodsy, I'm not going to do the typical comic thing where I move on to inks afterwards. I'm going to be careful about my pencils on this phase. Darken them up appropriately, not purple like that. And that's the way it's going to stand. I like a little bit of texture in these. I did it on the first one, and I just kind of fell in love with the look, so I'm not going to ink them. Not going to ink them proper. A cloak. Start drawing that. So this is his main insignia, I guess. It's kind of blatant, where the club is on this one. Let's give it a rolled look like armor has. Rolled edge, rather. And a little bit of structure lines. Yeah. There we go. A cloak being held together sometimes they're just like a big fat, it's almost like a safety pin. Like, I had one once because I was a nerd and used to dress up like knights and stuff and hit people with bamboo rods. It was a little weird. It was a different time. So yeah, that's what mine was like, but I had like a decidedly Celtic feel to everything I did. Okay, this needs to come up here. Adobe, okay, Photoshop, AI, ZBrush, this is a good one. I use Blender, pen and paper, anything get my hands on. Yeah, Illustrator, I was working with somebody earlier, teaching him Illustrator, because we kind of work together in graphic design, and I need to replace myself in this, scenario, so I could be more of an art director. And doing all of that design stuff is just a waste of my time. Not that that sounds terrible. I'm better served managing the brand and whatnot, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm taking that role. Feels a little weird to hand off some of that control, but he's capable. I love Illustrator. There was one summer I did flashcards for a guy who did speech impairment work with kids. I did 500 flashcards, and by the end of the summer, I felt like I could do anything in Illustrator, anything. So that comes in handy. The other day, I put together, a couple weeks ago, I put together a logo. And this isn't really a logo so much as it's an illustration that they're going to use. I know the difference, but they're calling it a logo, which is fine. I'll pull it up in a second here. Of a knight. Oh my gosh, my lines just went crazy. Do you see how dark they got? What the heck? Oh, I lost all of my pressure control. Yeah, see that? Oh, there we go. It's back. It's back. Nobody panic. I can fix this. I can fix this. Yeah, it's called Gold Standard, this company. Gold Standard, what do you call it? I can't think. Studios. So they're creatives, but they're not, visual art creatives as far as like branding and stuff. So that's why I'm working with them. To me, this is more of an illustration than a logo. I would never recommend a real logo look like this, but you can achieve some neat stuff with the blob brush and stuff now in Illustrator and still have everything be vector. Yeah, I kind of like it. When I'm able to do kind of fun stuff like that, it's better than like a corporate logo working for an insurance company, which I have done. There's no shame in it. It's more inspiring to me. So now I'm kind of cheating. I'm kind of pulling out details that I never drew because I just don't want to do another pass of lines. And keeping in mind that this is all going to be quite small, but I think it would be neat to have some 8x10s. I keep saying that just because. Okay. I don't think I'm going to put facial hair on him. Alright, so anger lines here. So when I shade him from above, that will be obscured, but not so much from below. messing up those eyes big time. Okay, and that line is super exaggerated right there in the side of his face. But I'm going to leave it because I kind of have it looking chiseled over here as well. He should kind of look, you know, hardened. Let me erase that facial hair out of it because it's driving me crazy. Looks like Kevin Bacon. Maybe not. T-lines in the face. Oh man, my ear is like crazy itching. I'm having an issue with the hairline here. I feel like... Ugh. Feeling like I don't want the widow's peak look. But at the very least, if I'm going to keep it, I should have it emanating from the right place. It was not before. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Okay, that looks a little bit more realistic. Should find some reference for that. It'll be fine. I'm a big fan of reference. Okay, here we go. Do you want some of those flyaways? And do dark hair. I gotta do the Jack of Hearts, and I still am a little bit lost of what I'm gonna do for this concept. It doesn't help that the king is the suicide king, so he doesn't match like the style of the queen at all. So really, I've got an inspiration of one, you know, and a style of one, and it's not. Really think this is just off in some weird little way. It may not matter. I undo that. I'm just gonna turn the lines off for a second and see if I can. Caden's here. Very late at night for Caden. Hello to Singapore. Haven't been on in a couple days. Had some really complex days. Not business-wise, personal-wise. It's been kind of a shitstorm. So, yeah, I've missed you. What's going on? What are you up to? I really don't want to just jot this square. I'm changing it. Changing it. Audible. You're over with all your subjects except for one. Good, you should be happy. But in 3 weeks, you got to be ready for exams again. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Bro, I hope you do. I hope you do really well. Obviously, I wouldn't wish you ill, but okay. Seriously, what is up with this dude's eyes? Oh, I know what I wanted to do with him. I wanted to freaking do like an eye patch thing. Dang it. I don't even know how to draw an eye patch, to be perfectly honest with y'all. I'm going to search it up, and this is going to be hilarious. Eye patch. But yeah, 3 weeks. You don't get no rest. Okay, there's some that are better than others. Let's do a new layer so I can sort this out. I'm going to cover this with white rather than rather than erase it. Okay. There is one that fits like your actual eye socket better than the others. No, he's not a pirate. But yeah, that's what I was gonna do. And where does it go? It kind of comes along the other brow, like pretty strongly. Strongly? And kind of hides behind the nose there. What am I doing? Let me color this in pretty black. That would have to be so annoying. I don't know how people do it. Man, it would be rough. Just the idea of losing any of my sight freaks me out because I'm such a visual person. I'm gonna have to make a decision if I hate this or not. Yeah, some of them just go upward more. Don't like that. Draw a little bit of nose covering that part up. My aunt's dog died today, and I knew a dog since I was first born. That's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. I have a very old cat that I am dreading his passing. It's gonna be hard. Never thought I'd really like cats that much. But yeah, he's pretty great. Let me turn this into a sketch, and then, or I can just use it. Yeah, I'll just use it. For now, gonna keep the eye patch. Let's see if I hate it in an hour. Has happened. It's not too late to just start over with the whole piece. There's some times where I'm that frustrated with the thing that I just say heck with it and start over. Caden, you do any more drawing? Did you ever share it on the Discord? Did I invite you to my Discord? Yeah, I think you did. You can draw your aunt's dog. Oh, that's sweet. That's an awesome idea. Kind of a tribute and a memorial. That's great. Good way to remember the dog. Oh, neck popped. Yeah. That's how you know it's working. I changed from my chill radio station that I've been using a lot to this because at one point earlier today I was using the radio station and there was just no noise coming out of it. It was that quiet. It was that chill. I thought, okay, seriously? I didn't even notice it right away. It was like 30 seconds into the song before I realized there's no music playing. Well, that's rare. Where it's just nothing. Okay. There is, let's see. I added a pupil and it looks bad. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Probably going to consolidate these two layers, the one with the eye patch and the regular one. Yeah. Because I don't need them to be separate layers anymore. Now that I've kind of proved the concept a little bit. Go! You said, I'm going to go now, bye. You do in a stream. I don't understand what you mean by that, but if you got to go and study, go and sleep. You're done with studies. Go and sleep. Get some rest, man, rest. Like you streaming. Hey. Do your thing. Okay, I don't hate that. Kind of wanted it to look like he was furrowing his brow. Now it looks like he's got his eye wide open. I'm going to erase that real quick. Yeah. And somebody unleashed the bots on my freaking YouTube earlier this week, and like Sunday. And there was some pretty crazy comments on there. Holy crap. What is wrong with people? They were definitely bots too. Yeah, that's better. Like super offensive stuff. Like, holy crap. How did I get targeted for that? All right, back to black. And you know, when I turn off the layer, one of the things, when I turn off this underlayer of sketching, whoa, there it is. I can look at my lines and see where they're kind of falling short of being weak. And some of them are kind of sort of anemic. I can fix that though. Just a little bit of shoring up. Kind of messing with these lines more than I do on any other project I ever do. You know, where I just kind of let the lines go and let her rip. And I like that feeling, to, you know, just letting it happen. But in this case, it feels wrong. Here we go. Feels like I need more control out of the whole thing. We do a weird thing with our neck when we turn our heads, so there's that weird line. Okay. My hair is a little bit different when it's like all of these angular lines and whatnot, but I think it works. Alright, back to my sketch layer. Let's do the rest of this arm. Got kind of a seam that runs around the edge of this armor. Dinner time, go! Wow, you're in a different part of the world. Go make dinner. Either that or you're a third shifter or something weird. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon. Follow real quick before you take off, and you'll know when I pop back on. And we can chat. And maybe sometime you can join the Discord and I can see what your art is. If you feel like sharing. Thanks, Wootsy. There it is, cracked again. Yeah, it's a good time for cracking. Sometimes drawing these quilted lines makes my head swim a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. When I decided to do these on the Queen of Spades, I was horrified. Why did I do that to myself? But I think it came out nice. I'm only doing it on his arm in this one, just to kind of tie it together. Thanks, Wootsy. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Enjoy dinner. I am hungry though. Ooh boy. Let's do, so there has to be a wrinkle in the elbow area. It's hard to continue tracing the contour of these, you know, quilted areas because they're so thick. You gotta make them look thick, and you gotta actually follow the contour in a believable way too. Can't just go cross, cross the thing with a bunch of lines. It's got to be somewhat believable that it was, quilted fabric. And this is where it starts getting weird. Move this down. Yeah. And like, I was going to try and make a buckle or something that goes from this part of his tunic to that part of his tunic, I'm not sure I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to leave it like a sleeve. I have a comic that I've been working on where that is kind of the main look of it, where there's a sleeve that comes up high. Oh, yeah, Queen of Spades. She has it kind of, where the sleeve goes up high almost to her shoulder, and then it also covers the back of her hand. Kind of just for a different look and mobility reasons. Also, it's, kind of fantasy, so I want it to look different. Okay, as far as a sword hilt goes, I want to do a different one than I normally do. Let's see. S-word hilt. Let's do a different one. See, some of these are really neat. Where part of them has got the grip on it, and part of them doesn't. So, if I draw it up to like right here, and then let it go to like metal, like a bastard sword does that. And these diamonds, see, luckily the diamonds will be able to be red on the others. These spades will be probably just pure black by the time I get done with them, so that because I don't know what else to do. I can't do like, oh yeah, that looks bad. What did I do here? I can't do the, it's not a color. It's not like it's green. This looks too much like diamonds. Yeah, it looks too much like diamonds, but I can sort that. Once all the face cards are done and dusted, I don't know if I'm going to do the numbers and stuff of the suits on stream. That just doesn't seem like it's super entertaining. But the card back I'll probably work on stream. That should be pretty difficult. I want it to be decently intricate, like, bicycle cards have on the back of them, or whatever manufacturers. Man, I just did not get that. Sometimes when you focus on the details, you get an incorrect alignment of a thing, and that was one of those times. What if I make this spade a little bit more oriented straight toward us so we can see it, and then the other one I'll angle away in perspective. I sit way back like this sometimes. Squint my eyes. If you squint your eyes when you're drawing, you're basically just trying to get rid of all the detail. You don't want to see the detail, you want to see the overall shapes. And then also stepping back. You ever see an artist do that, where they step back and they regard it with their head tilted and turned? That's their way of trying to, manipulate the way they're looking at it, change their perception of it. So they, oh yeah, here we go. His hand. I was going to make the pinky doing that because I'm done. He's just reaching. He's reaching for it. I wish I could see more of his hand like I had before, but whatever. Sometimes you can't force it. I mean, if I wasn't as happy as I am with it, I'd probably just redraw a whole area, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think leaving it alone is prudent. Yeah, I was on stream like last week, and I think I got visited by a bot. It was just the strangest conversation. I should go back and look for it. Just what they were saying didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it didn't seem like a second language thing. It seemed like it was generated based on what it thought the channel was, you know, art-wise. But it kept talking about game stuff and art, so that's why I thought, this is a bot. So if we go make these lines up only so far. Because the handle can go up further without these lines, and that's kind of neat. This is the grip part, the bit where you put your hand. Now this one will be the one where it's in perspective, where it's foreshortened. It kind of looks like arrowheads. Yeah. Gosh, that's so out of alignment. Broke one of my own rules. I didn't draw through. You know, I could go down here and make a new layer, grab a wild color like a green, and start drawing these kind of lines. You know, are they straight as they pass through the hair? Well, that one I just drew in the wrong place. This one looks much more straight now. Drawing through, get some water. Because I'm dying of thirst, figuratively speaking. Drop the pen size just 1 point. I feel like it's too clubby. Yeah. Wish I'd have been doing this from the beginning. It would have been a little easier. Oops. Good. I'm gonna get some water because my mouth is dry. Too much talking. I think I actually don't want to see that in there. I think I actually do want to see this kind of around the corner. And be dark. Maybe. The doubt, the crushing doubt sneaks in. Press X to doubt. Now, flipping this guy, that's going to be the hard part. Figuring out how he's going to interact with himself. Because, I'm going to be right back. Grab some water. much better. Now I won't feel quite so dry. Need to drink right in front of the microphone. What in the world is going on with my bits? My bits cup went crazy. So if I missed that, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like I missed it though. My mini feed literally just got up. Rolled way under my monitor. Okay. Time to move on to Horsetown. Horseville. Hoarseness. Horseradish. So horses have whites in their eyes when they're really focused on something, but not when they're, I mean, not when they're focused, when they're wild-eyed, but not like in this case where their eye is furrowed and they're paying attention to something. It's usually when they're just like really, when they're wide-eyed and scared or startled, that's when you see the white around their eyes. But often you don't. It's just like a big dark spot. Let's see. T-lines on horses. I don't want to make them look like he's smiling. Pretty easily done. Smiling horse. Okay. And they got like this, and they have a lip. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here with my mouth open while I draw. Okay, I don't know why I'm shading that in right now. That's going to come in later time. This is the line work. Lines, lines, lines. Horses are utterly weird, super muscular. Imagine what it was like to see a horse when you'd never seen one before. Maybe all you'd seen, like in South America, all they'd seen were like alpaca, and I think it was alpaca or whatever. And these things roll up on the scene. Way better at pulling stuff. Stack stuff on a alpaca, or you could stack stuff on these guys. Actually, I think you pull stuff. You don't really put it on a horse. I think they're more suited to pulling a thing. Okay, start to get a little complex with the hair then. My wrist is forked. By his hand. Let's see. Let's do a little work on the hand. The hand will be clutching a bunch of hair. Sometimes I just change it all together. That's a lot of change there. I was not planning on. Okay. Hair, or mane, or whatever. And we'll make this like a really dark horse. Because, you know, spades. Whereas the diamonds horse, I think, will be more of a piebald, I think, maybe. Just seemed more appropriate. Of course, it's more covered in armor than anything. Basically, you know, I get the shading a lot of the way there, and then, you know, start to work on another card. At some point, gonna have to just chill and get all the shading nailed down, obviously before print. Okay. Oh. Sometimes gotta switch the hat around. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I keep thinking it's Monday. Because I didn't stream yesterday, and so it was just like a really weird day. I started the day with too many meetings, too many complexities. Ugh. Well, that wouldn't go like that, because he's holding on to it. So it'd be more like, no, it'd be more like that. My hair and fire and stuff tends to be quite straight. Hey! Oh, I get a stream. I mean, a host. What am I talking about? Hey, what's happening, Onion? Nice to see you. This fine day. Fellow Dark Souls enthusiast. Probably far more equipped. Not probably. Neighborino. You get to be a neighborino. Sounds very ethnic. I like it. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Like I was just saying, I didn't get to stream yesterday. Too many complexities, and that bugged me because I try and stick to my schedule. I pretty much do. I just stick to my schedule. But yeah, it was just rough yesterday. A crazy day. I'm over it. I'm back. Alright, let's see. Yeah, except for that vacation I took. A couple days. I put myself on vacation mode. I'm legit. Yeah, what are you up to, Onion? My hat keeps hitting that microphone. If I do it again, I'm gonna have to go to my room. You ever get like really hungry and then think, oh, I can't wait for lunch. I'm gonna grab something, make something in the fridge. You realize you ain't got nothing to make. That's where I'm at right now. Can't make nothing. Not even simple nachos, which is not a good lunch. I got a bunch of lunch meat, but not a bunch of bread. Doing some really exciting stuff like reading a documentation on WordPress. Some web hosting page that my cousin uses for her. Yeah. I know WordPress. I have a couple sites building right now in WordPress, and they're restrictive to the developer. You know, there's a certain amount you can do, and there's a certain amount you can't do. You just got to get over it. If you've got good architecture right off the bat, using another CMS would be preferable, but whatever. Most people want to change stuff too much, and so starting with something ultra flexible like WordPress is a pretty good idea. The fact that it self-updates is a big deal. Yes, Marlton has returned. Welcome back. What this design is missing. This one is a really weird factor. Like, what's the weird factor that this thing is missing? You know, when I first started drawing it, I thought, I'm going to make this guy on a dragon. But I'm kind of saving that for hearts. I don't know why, because it feels like a very powerful and emotional thing to do, and that's what I think of when I think hearts. So what can this guy do that's different? I'm really new to WordPress. It's all right. Don't expect too much from free products. Yep. But, you know, you can pay money for the themes. But the thing is they should let you read the documentation on the theme prior to actually buying the theme. I've spent like $60 on a theme because I didn't want to customize one, and gotten in there, and the documentation doesn't make sense. Half the things don't update properly. This is, you know, from Theme Forest too, which everybody respects, and, as far as a website where you can buy these things from. So, yeah, it's frustrating. Even if you pay for it, you can be hosed. Boy, did I ever get hosed. I still charge the client for it because at that point, I didn't know. They were totally cool. It's a bucket of one-trick ponies. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. You know, people use, you know, I've seen Wix, you know, people use Wix. That one's, oh boy, don't get me started. Really, really bad. But, you know, talk about easy to use and easy to set up. But in my mind, one of the best, you know, the better CMS would be the one that you can customize big time. That's not necessarily everyone's estimation of what's a good CMS. Oh, and also it's secure. Secure would be nice. I recently, as in like the last year, set up one site with a shopping cart, e-commerce through WordPress, and it kind of wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Like some of the initial stuff, you're like, oh, this sets up pretty nicely, and then you get deeper into the weeds, and you got to get weird little modules to just handle like a different price. You know, I have all these things categorized, and they're all costing, you know, their own segregated price, except for this one. You can't just change it. You got to get a module. Ugh. I don't have a need for a professional web page, but if I did, I would use WordPress. For fun stuff, I would probably just write a very, very basic HTML page by hand, because I like that aesthetic. Boy, yeah, we're so old school. I feel it. It would be cool to like make like an old looking page. Don't make it ugly, but make it old with that gray background, and just kind of arrange things on it nicer than it used to be able to be arranged. But yeah, kind of an ironic feel, you know. What's the weird factor I can add to this? What's the weird factor? Because right now it's just basically a super believable warrior on a horse with some sort of unique armor. Retro. Love it. CompuServe. Netscape. AOL. Let me flip this guy over and see what's up. I can make him a unicorn. That's what I'll do. I'll make him a unicorn. I'm joking. I could give him scales, though. Thought about, you know, like the dragon thing. Oops. This wouldn't take away from it too much. There is room. There's room to do this. There's room to do that. What if I make the lower half of him like weapon drawn already? And he's just kind of, you know, that would take a lot of redrawing. That would take a lot of redrawing. Dear God. Is the flip side going to have an undead horse? It'd be cool, but this is not that theme. Like the undead one was the diamonds one. Whereas, you know what? The other guy was kind of creepy. No, but Diamonds is very martial and very stripped down. So, you know, Diamonds was the one that was like super magical and necromantic and freaky, you know. This is gonna be shockingly weird, you know, with the fire coming out of the shoulder pads and stuff. We're not doing hearts. Yeah, like the Jack of Diamonds, that was an undead thing. That was like, I'm trying to think. The flip side needs to be something different, for sure. Because like he ages, the King of Spades ages in his, becomes wiser. Where are you, King of Spades? I don't want you up here, sugar. My cat's trying to climb on me. And while this is, you know, this needs to be fixed a little bit because the line weight's off. The idea is, you know, aging well, so, or aging more. I wonder if I could do it where the horse is more like scarred. Maybe I make the bottom one with the eye patch. The top one is whole. I don't know. Thinking. Seahorse and unicorn. You know, give him that cool, you know, like unicorns have that weird beard thing that people give them. Yeah, it's he's got a weird beard. Bearded horse look. Whatever gave him that idea, whoever started that. Yes, I have ridden a horse. It's very punishing on your butt. But no, I used to take care of horses at a farm that I lived near in a couple different states. I am going to put a beard on this stupid horse. I think I could do it. Why, have you ever ridden a horse? Your butt really hurts after a while. I'm allergic to all hairy animals. Oh no! Only sat on top of one as a kid. But they are pretty bony, and you know, the saddle is not forgiving. That is for sure. Yeah. I can make this horse snarling. Look at that. Snarl horse. Horses don't snarl, by the way. Try it one day again. Yeah, just take your medicine before you get on the thing for sure. Okay. How do we make the body of this guy interact with the other half? Because we could do the thing like we did before where it just kind of cuts off. The Queen of Spades does that, where they just kind of boom, cut off right there, which is fine. Doesn't differ enough. Dang it. Throw it on the bucket list. Yeah. If you do it like for an afternoon, oof, wear padded butt pants. What a thrill though. It's just when they get going fast, it's a little frightening. You got to really kind of work with them because their whole body is bouncing up and down at a different rate than your body is, because their body is throwing you up and down, and you can really kind of screw up the entire cadence of it. The cadence timing sucks. And when you do that, basically the horse you just ricochet off the saddle over and over and over and over again. Then there's this style of riding that I tried for a while called English style, where you grip the horse really tight with your thighs, and you move up and down as you've got to have a horse that's actually trained to do it. That is a thigh workout that is so not worth it. I don't know why people do it. It's very proper looking. I hate it. So what's the thing with the Jack guy then, if no undead? Because the undead because Jack's, I wanted to do like the passage of time, but not in a bad way. Like they got smarter, wiser, I don't know, because this guy just looks exactly the same, and I'm going to change it. So, the king definitely got wiser as he got older. He's not holding the sword anymore. He's got a better pose. He's not quite as haughty. So, thought about doing that with this. Although, if I did do undead, here I am like, undead. So like, I feel like at this point, what I really need to do is tear this guy out. Just use him as a guide. Maybe rock him back a little bit so he's sitting up straighter. Of course, his arm is no longer going to be cocked back like he's trying to draw a sword. Oh, I forgot to cut it actually out. I just moved it. Duh. I'm new to doing art. Okay, so if he's that way. Maybe patting the horse on the neck. Yeah. Okay, so what if... Okay. The horse's hair is no longer flying. It's resting. Everything's resting. We'll erase this part. We'll make this part kind of resting. I'm just going to draw lines through it real quick. And instead of gripping it, we'll have his hand laying over the top of it, like chill. Which means we got to change the position of the horse's ear, because that horse would no longer be ticked off. More like this. Let's move the whole horse's head back. No, I like the idea of patting the horse, calmly or whatever. Dang it. The head doesn't have to be quite so, because this posture, a head back thing, is a little bit paranoid. So let's do that. Let's do a whole new layer for that. Come on now, move up. Sometimes it sticks. Which means we need to change the shape of his eye, shape of his nostril, the way his mouth is drawn. Because the eye would be more round, because it's calm. In fact, I think the Okay, so where's my horse's nose? Well, maybe they are all kind of that way. I just want it to be a little bit more open, not quite so tightened down. Yeah, I like this idea. I'm gonna have to redraw this whole hat. Hey, thanks. Yeah, this is my Spades paint night. Paint night's here. Everyone paint night's here. Everyone paint night's here. What's up, Andrew? How old do horses get? Maybe the horse has gotten old. I know, right? Definitely want it to be kind of scarred, kind of patchy and older. You know, maybe I smooth out some of these lines so they're not quite so chiseled looking and, you know, like he's older. Some of us don't remain chiseled as we get older. Tell me about it. So everything a little bit more relaxed. Yeah. I gotta really put these, no, don't merge the layers. Don't do it. So yeah, this is, let's see. I'm just going to draw these indications real quick of, you know, the horse's mane just hanging here. This has just become the sketch. I really feel like I need to move that horse's ear forward more. Forward. I've got a lot of horse pictures where they're like rearing up and stuff, and it's not done. Really surprised that they're short-lived. They're really that short-lived? Horses didn't actually live that long. Typically 25 to 35 years. Okay, but in my mind, a military career that lasts 25 to 35 years is pretty dang long. I'm going to erase this ear, guys, because it's the wrong posture for the ear. And leveraging this asset is just going to make it look weird. So, what we do is make it come out from the head this way. Yeah, from what I can tell. It's weird. You can hang around horses. Boy, that looks huge. Like I just made him into a mule. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Because a horse's ear is about the length of their eye socket. The ear needs better lumbar support. Help that ear posture. That ear posture. Look at how proper that ear posture is. Okay, that looks like a horn. I'm not going to do that. I need a weird factor, though. I still need a weird factor, just a bit, because all of these things just are weird in some kind of way. I keep saying weird. He is still very much in profile. Horses are so majestic. Yeah, they got some serious muscle, which makes them super like impressive. For some reason, they're like super approachable too. Like every little girl in the universe, Daddy, can I have a pony? And they're not making a distinction between a pony and a horse. What if I put something in the horse's hair? Something. Let's merge these two layers. Something that merge these selected layers, and then like this. Horses can have this really crazy long mane. Let me draw like a shape here. This shape, shapes that come forward more, and they can be really long, like as in they can reach around the side of their, whatever this is, their jowl. And they can do this kind of thing. So that's a shape. I'm just drawing out the big shapes right now. Let's do... Okay, so it's really messy, but maybe we don't do it quite so messy. This is a knight, but he's... So if we make this like big scar across its nose, scars on his hide. This is the back. This is the neck of the horse. If we were drawing like the whole body of the horse, it'd be easier to depict age because they have more of a sway back, kind of old and sad. Horse is one of those animals. Always wanted so much. Oh boy. You look into how dang much they cost. Yeah, feed, everything, not to mention how much brushing and cleaning up after them. So lame. Having a horse would be dope. Riding, always a blast. Right. That's why I always got hired to work with people's horses, because they couldn't keep up with them. They just, if they didn't, maybe they were older. Got to help you if you go on vacation. They're more needy than a dog, which is hard to do. Very hard to do. They should all emanate from the same place, and they're not. There we go. Sorry. Having to think about where to put the hair. Where to put the hair. I'm making all these goofy lines. Why don't I just do something like... emanate from here, emanate from here. This will help me plan a little bit better. Oops. Andrew, are you using Photoshop right now? Because they have a new not content aware, they have a new select subject that is ridiculous. Select subject before wasn't as good, but now it's ridiculous. I don't want the hair to do this. That looks like a young horse right there. I don't want this to do that. I want it to do something like this. And get rid of that. Because the shape language is youthful and bouncy, and that's not what we're going after. The tool, so stable hands have always been a thing. Yes. Lots of poop to clean up, yeah. So let me just make sure that this is, I'm just backing way out for a second. Yeah, I think that's decent. Select subject. It used to be like you just get out a photo and say it's a model in front of a whatever, in front of any kind of background, and you would hit this button, select subject, and like you choose it, and it would try and guess what the subject of the photograph was. And it was all right. It could get you started. It got you going in the right direction, but you had to make a lot of especially around hair and stuff. It was the worst. Not anymore. Holy crap. Give it a shot. What you do is you go over, grab the selection tool, like the not the marquee, but the magic wand, and merge these two layers. You'll see a button that appears up top that says select subject. And when you do, come on, where is it? When you do, you'll be shocked at what it actually gets right. Before, it's not as good. But you got to get the newest. It's like 24.2.2. It's just amazing. It'll choose hair. It'll select hair. Yeah. Selecting out hair with the background erase tool and all that crap is truly onerous. That activity will make you crazy. No, stop. Don't make noises. Do not make noises. Please do not make noises. I only accept bald commissions or on a background that you already like. You know, I'll accept that as well. Let's do an entirely restful eye. No more snarl lines. We'll do a little bit more calm, older face feel. And I don't know if we'll do something like this again. He's got a gentleman's mustache. There's his neck. There's his body, shoulder. And I'm just going to make the one hand laying over this one rather than pulling on its mane to get it to do a thing. No, I want it to be more of a relaxed hand. Space between fingers says relaxed. Let's change what he's wearing. Still looking for the weird factor. It looks like he's ready to buckle swashes. What is a swash and how does one buckle? That Nightbot is insistent. Yeah, all my timers at some point start syncing up and getting annoying. Like, okay, Nightbot, jeez. I'll make like draped like this. And we gotta do something different with his hair. We're still gonna leave the swords in the same position. Because this is Spades after all. Not quite as wild. What we'll do is we'll make it a lot more genteel, a lot more taken care of. Double swords equals Witcher, exactly. I was talking earlier about how to do, drawing a sword off of one's back, and Garrett pipes up with, The Witcher has two swords. Yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
All Witchers do.
All the Witchers. Yeah, because one's the silver and one's the, or how'd it go? Yeah. Yeah. Iron. I like the lore of Witcher. I just didn't really enjoy the game. Some of the lore of Witcher. Some of it makes zero sense whatsoever. But I need to probably get in there a little bit more with it. Yeah, if we can age him up a little bit. Wild Hunt is freaking perfect game. Really? Wild Hunt. Oh. Yeah. DLC for the third one. Yeah, I want to believe. The show was alright. The show got really weird. It felt like it was forcing a lot of storylines into the same story after a while. And that got old, because I just wanted, I don't know. he's great for it. He feels like he's just the right call for it. But man, okay, so when we're talking aging them like this, Spades, which really means that I got to work on my Queen of Spades, you know, because she hasn't changed a bit. But that was the first one that I did, and I didn't have this idea. Hey Oz, thanks for stopping in, and thank you for saying that. Oz is one of our most revered. You know, when he shows up, the entire server stops, listens. He's wizened and old. Kidding, he's very young. Younger than I am. Oh, shucks. This was spreading. This was pre-aging. Yeah, it's pre-aging. Also interesting to go to Shadiversity on YouTube. Check out the proof drawing a sword from your back. Oh, yeah. What you should want, yeah. That kind of drawing. Yeah, there's a few of those videos. Depends on how it's attached to your back. Yeah, really cool stuff. Isn't that Jazz's brother that does that one? There's one, I think, that Jazz's brother. If you follow art at all, you know who Jazz is. And he's Australian, I think. And he does art stuff, and his brother does like sword and medieval stuff. And it's pretty cool. Dude is knowledgeable. Yeah, Jazz. Yeah. Or Jazz's brother. They're twins, but they don't really look the same. But when they start talking, you're like, oh yeah. But you know, me and my twin, we don't look the same. Like, not even. Well, you look more alike now than we ever have. But I'm gonna smooth out all of these lines. I am a twin. Yeah. Yeah. But he's nothing like me. He is definitely the good one. Yeah. Oh, you have twin sisters. Right on. Did you ever feel jealous? It does feel very strange to be a twin sometimes. Not at all, yeah. You wouldn't know it, but half the time when he does this stream, it's actually not him. That would be something else. Hey, Raj, can you take care of the stream today? I'm going to go fishing or whatever, which I never do anymore. Yeah, that would be something. He is an artist in a weird way. He kind of stopped. I like, you know, then he picked back up again. For other reasons for his church, and it's good. It's good. He makes these posters, and he has the knack. He was kind of doing it before I was, that's for sure. He started before me. Love to see Raj try and do this. Hey, yeah, quite fraternal, right? And it can be a pain in the ass. It's people expect certain things that aren't true. You know, I always got the blue clothes, and Roger always got the frickin' red clothes, and that pissed me off all the time because I wanted the frickin' red clothes. Really bringing back some memories, you know, really stuff is bubbling up to the top. That's it. No cry now. Gotta still have the swords. I do kind of want to have this one have like a kerchief or something tied to it. There's a story there that I don't know what it is, but there's something tied to it there. It actually really was tough for one of my sisters. Really? Recently started wearing pink. Oh yeah. Because the sort of individualization, whatever, meant a splitting of certain colors. Yeah, it sucked. I always wanted the red, and you know what? He always wanted the blue, which I never understood. But it wasn't a matter of just switching colors. My grandma, she was very strange. She would buy us stuff and split it up by color, but I always got the black stuff and he always got the white stuff. And so it's like, what are you saying, Grandma? It was really weird. I definitely wound up being the black sheep. It's fine. I'm better now, but she was being super prophetic. Okay, rounding out his features a little bit, adding some age signifying lines. I really want to like close this eye down a little bit more, but not make it look angry. Let's shade that in. Surprised Gordon hasn't done a how it's made or machine shop tutorial and stuff. His ability with fabrication is crazy. Yeah, yeah, he would do great with it. I've been informed that it is meaningless. That is meaningless because white and black have no symbolic meaning. You're kidding me, right? Per Tolkien apologist. Yeah, get back to work. See ya, man. Gallery for these guys? Not yet. I really want to do that. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, let's talk soon. See you, man. Oh, intensely kidding. All right, cool. Because I'm like, what? So confused right now. Okay. Yeah, bye. Do your thing. Go do awesome things. Yeah. This guy is chill. I'll darken his hair on the other half, and this one I'll have it lighter. Yeah, I like this one. I like this one better than the Queen. You know what I gotta do is I gotta make some way to have this actually hang on his back, dummy. How does that work? Let's see, real quick. Sword hilt, nope. Yeah, I search eye patches. That's what I do. Yeah, drawing it on the back. Let's see, how does Geralt of Rivia do it? He has one short one, dreaded black scabbard. Yeah, it's just a strap around one's chest. Same direction as the swords. And I have the opportunity here to make it a more regal look to it than the other. That could be way more kind of brutal looking and necessarily functional. Yeah. Okay. This is open. This is all way less stressed. The shape language is going to have to change a lot in this to make it really chill. Really chill. I got to remember to put a scabbard. What do you call this? I don't know. Some kind of sash or whatever. Across to kind of hold it. Yeah, I like it. It's gonna be good times. I think I'm gonna hang it up though. I think I'm gonna go get something to eat and something to drink, and then go do some other jobs. We recorded our 4th podcast episode last night. Is that available? Did I hear a thing? Did I screw up and not listen to it? Are you actually on the podcast? Because a friend of mine's like, oh, we're doing a podcast, and it just turns out he's producing it. And I couldn't care less. It's the person. I didn't miss anything yet. Okay. And you're actually going to be on it, right? You need to be on it for it to be interesting to me. Sorry. It is what it is. good. I like this. You guys, good ideas. We're gonna wait till we've got 10 episodes to publish. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because then it allows you to have a hiccup and not like lose any kind of listenership. And it helps with the algorithms because we can pump them out. Yeah. It's one thing about podcasts is they don't really have any way to search them well, and it pisses me off. More downloads right away. When I look at the way that you can search or whatever, I get a little angry because I'm like, that's not what I need. There's not a good search engine right now for it, unless something's changed in the last couple months. So this horse, he is old. Idea, guys. All right. Love you guys. I'm going to turn off the music and go get some food and sign off the exact same way.